Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Turkeys from Turkey Month here on Reaction and Review. I am your host, Helsing920, and this month, yes folks, it is a very special theme month here. Pardon me. I have gone out and I have found a series of films from the country of Turkey that are, well, basically knockoffs of more well-known Western properties from the U.S. And we are going to be kicking off Turkeys from Turkey Month with a comedy. Now, I actually had to go to a handful of sites and actually get the title translated, and the title roughly translates to, it translates to Omer the Tourist Space Road. But most people on the internet know it as Turkish Star Trek. This actually is the final film in a long-running series of Turkish comedies where our lead character Omer winds up in these weird situations and wackiness is supposed to follow. Now, seeing as now this thing is called Turkish Star Trek, you should pretty much know exactly where the hell this is going. I'm now going to sit back for the next 1 hour and 11 minutes, and I'm going to see if this thing is actually any good. So folks, it's time to sit back, relax, and check out Turkish Star Trek. Okay, you guys can hear this, right? Now, this thing started off playing the theme from Star Trek, and now it's playing this like Twilight Zone like remix thing. Also, for those who can find a copy of this thing on the internet, I find it kind of funny that space is, I guess, is bright red, and I'm actually trying to read the credits here, and I cannot make out a single thing. I am really not sure if it's just this copy I've got, or if this is actually how this is supposed to look, but this is looking awful right now. You know, guys, I actually just kind of sort of want to mention right now, I actually am looking at the Enterprise bridge here. At least I'm going to assume that this is the Enterprise bridge. This set actually happens to look pretty, decent for a film that supposedly had a ridiculously low fucking budget. Okay, I actually, guys, am now going to prove exactly how big a nerd I am. They have Spock wearing a yellow shirt here. No, Spock wears blue, god fucking damn it. And they have characters with blue shirts. It's just starting to bug me a little bit, but I'm hopefully going to get past that. So, they are now in a cave, and this cave looks more like a fucking really old, unfinished basement. Again, though, the budget is really low, so it kind of works. You guys hear that? Really carefully. You actually can hear the sounds of the freaking bridge in this cave. I just noticed that, and it's just kind of beginning to bug me a little bit. Apparently, whoever the hell was doing the sound effects for this movie had no idea where the hell to put any of the right damn sound effects. So, the scientist who lives on this planet, for some reason, decided to take a random guy from Turkey, Omer, and just teleport him to the planet. I have a feeling that's going to be the most sensible thing in this entire goddamn movie. Okay, I seriously just have to mention this. Okay, I have never seen a phaser that looks like that. For those of you who are really curious, the phasers that everyone's holding literally look like dildos with handles. I'm not even, less actually dildos and just more like vibrators with handles, but still, same frickin' thing. Okay, I seriously do feel like mentioning that a whole lot of the humor here would actually be a hell of a lot funnier if if these subtitles were actually translated a little bit better. I'm telling you right now, approximately half of everything which is being said makes absolutely zero sense. It's sort of difficult to watch. But I am going to press on, and I'm still going to hopefully enjoy this. Okay, guys, I honestly just have to say this right now. I have no fucking clue what the hell's going on anymore. This fucking movie's making less and less sense with every passing minute. Okay, so we have a rock monster now, who happens to look like somebody covered in cardboard. Okay, I guess that makes a little bit of sense. Alright, you know what, guys? Omer's little, antics here were actually funny at first, but they actually are now becoming ridiculously tiresome. Okay, so this planet just happens to have Vulcan battle, fucking like battle staffs just lying around, which allows Kirk and Spock to just have a random fight in the middle of nowhere that makes zero sense and would probably make just as fucking little, sense if the subtitles were actually accurate. So this scientist just has dozens and dozens of robots that just happen to look like guys in green fucking thongs. I honestly do not remember that from any episode of Star Trek, but I'm just going to pretend that this makes some sense. Just might as well. Honestly, guys, I never thought I would say this about anything related to Star Trek, because I'm a bit of a fan. This is boring as hell. Seriously, there is nothing going on here. So they are going to send Omer back to Earth because the teleporter is also a time machine, kind of. You know what, guys? I honestly am sick and tired of hoping for logic here. I'm just going to grin and pretend that makes sense. And there we go, guys. The film is finally over. And I still can't read anything in the end credits, and the video file ends. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. I think I picked a rather fitting film to kick off Turkeys from Turkey Month. This thing was absolute dreck. However, I am going to have to say, I do have to explain my case a little bit. First of all, I have never been to Turkey. I don't speak the Turkish language, so I don't know if anything in there was I really don't know if anything in the film was somehow like culturally sound, where it would be funnier if I was from Turkey, or perhaps maybe there actually were like a bunch of puns in there that I just didn't get because they didn't translate over correctly. But it just didn't work for me. Now, if there's anyone out there who actually wants to try to watch this, you actually can download it. You can easily go out. You can you can download it. You can watch it. There actually are copies of it on YouTube. I know for a fact that the version I watched was actually on Google Video. I'm not exactly sure how friggin' long it's going to be there, but you guys actually can probably find it pretty easily. There also is somebody on eBay who is selling this thing on DVD. So if you absolutely have to have your shit on a disc, that guy actually has got you covered. But I do want to talk about the movie a little bit here, because I'm going to tell you right now, the acting, holy hell. Again, it was mocking Star Trek a little bit, but you actually could tell that absolutely everybody in the film has no clue how to act. Now, most of it actually was not bad acting for the sake of parody. It was bad acting because they sucked. Special effects. I'm going to tell you guys right now. Anybody who happens to have a computer and you have a copy of Windows Movie Maker, you can do better special effects than what they did in 1973 with this film. Uh, Again, though, that honestly is not saying much because this film, again, was made with a really low budget. So I honestly am willing to give them a little bit of slack there. Now, again, I honestly cannot say much because I believe that I believe that the subtitles I just read were probably some of the most slapdash things I have ever seen. It seemed to me almost as if somebody had just taken all of the dialogue and just had it translated as roughly as possible without actually trying to reconfigure the wording so that way it actually resembles English when someone has to read it. Uh, so I seriously am not able to mock the writing too much. However, what I can say is that this movie is basically a mostly direct adaptation of one episode of fucking Star Trek. I just couldn't tell you which episode because I couldn't tell you. I have always been horrible with frickin' episode names when it comes to that series. However, I'm going to tell you right now, if you seriously are looking for a decent story, you might as well just go and watch the actual episode instead of this because, well, first of all, you don't have the main character sitting there, attempting and failing 9 times out of 10 to be funny. And you have better acting, which, again, I'm just going to say this right now, that is saying a lot when you consider the fact that Star Trek starred William Shatner, who couldn't act his way out of a paper bag, and yet he could act circles around the entire cast of this movie. Um, so, guys, I'm just telling you right now, if you seriously want to see something that is just completely horrible, you can easily find a copy of it somewhere. By all means, go out, watch it, and you actually can see how absolutely abysmal it frickin' is. And with that, we come to the close of the first episode of Turkeys from Turkey Month. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I'll see you all in the near future. Peace.